Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and LEGO has just revealed some brand new LEGO Fortnite physical sets for the very first time. Let's check them out right now. Okay, so let's jump into the recently revealed LEGO Fortnite official sets. This has been a long time coming, literally years in the making. People have been asking and asking for LEGO Fortnite, and not only do we have the actual official game, which just came out last year, we finally have official sets about a year after the game's release. Now what's really interesting is that only one out of the 4 sets here is actually minifigure scaled, and because of that, that one set has a ton of minifigures, whereas the rest are mostly just random display items that you can use that are kind of associated with different Fortnite things. I'll start off with the one that arguably is the most exciting, that I think the most people are excited about, and the one that is most exciting to me, and that is, of course, the minifigure scale one, the LEGO Fortnite Battle Bus. Set number 77073 will retail for only $100, 100 euros, and 90 British pounds, but it does actually come with a ton of minifigures and 954 pieces. This is pretty remarkable value for a LEGO set that features so many new minifigure prints and molds, and I'm honestly genuinely pretty surprised at just how many figures are included. It comes with 9 individual unique figures, pretty much every single one of which includes exclusive printed torsos, legs, many of them have exclusive molded helmets or hats or headpieces and recolors, and it's just overall a really interesting minifigure build pack that also makes for a really solid and fun build. Of course, the Battle Bus is pretty much an icon of Fortnite, and a lot of people were wondering if we would ever get that in LEGO form, because obviously it originates from Battle Royale and not from the actual LEGO Fortnite game, which means that technically this is a LEGO set, much like the Overwatch sets, that is directly based off of a first-person shooter. That being said, I feel like the Battle Bus is a pretty ubiquitous concept, and I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up in the actual game in one way or another, so I guess it totally does make sense that we are getting it as an official set. Obviously, it does feature the blue battle bus with the hot air balloon style build on the top, utilizing the larger scale hot air balloon pieces, and these robotic arm sort of armor elements on the side of the bus, which is pretty accurate to the game, allowing it to actually be completely removable for the roof. The bus does actually feature seating for every single one of the minifigures included in the set, which is again really impressive just how much space it does include inside the bus, although it doesn't look like there's a ton of other things to do inside the bus itself other than place the minifigures, but hey, that's not that bad of a thing because I think it is really cool and would have prioritized minifigure space over just random bits and pieces here and there. The figs are outfitted with tools and weapons that you can actually find in-game, like the grapple launcher, the pickaxes, and the slurp juice. Of course, you gotta include the slurp juice. Personally, I think it would have been cool to include some of the interesting in-game recolors of the pickaxe, like the green and the purple, but I think in terms of a general pickaxe, it totally makes sense just to use the gray, and that's one of the most common ones for LEGO Fortnite, and Fortnite in general anyways. Minifigure-wise, you get a ton of figures, and it's really cool because you actually do get even 2 different variations for Drift, one with the hood on and one showcasing the hairpiece, which is a recolored Storm hairpiece. You of course get Meowskulls, Raven, Adventure Peely, Bright Bomber, Cube Assassin, Cuddle Team Leader, Battalion Brawler, and Trespasser Elite as the minifigure lineup, which are pretty much the standard minifigures that you would get just hopping into LEGO Fortnite. These are some of the most original skins and characters, and the Bright Bomber, of course, is one that they really have been pushing hard and promoting for LEGO Fortnite in general, so it totally makes sense that's kind of like the main character of the set. For me personally, I think it would have been really cool to see even more characters, but I think the lineup here is pretty perfect for what you would want to be included. The only one that I feel is really missing is a Der Burger minifigure, and we'll be getting to that one later on because there actually is a Der Burger set, and let's take a look at that right now. The smallest out of the wave is 77070, and that is the Der Burger. It retails for $15, 15 euros, or 13 British pounds, and it comes with a buildable version of the burger for 193 pieces. I actually really like this build. I think it is super cute, it has so much character to it, and obviously replicates a relatively iconic part of the LEGO Fortnite game. I will say, however, that this set would have been really enhanced by the inclusion of the Der Burger minifigure with a molded head mold that looks like that. And yes, I know that the scale is obviously not minifigure scale, so maybe they were worried kids might be a little bit confused as to how to play with all the different scales, but I don't know, I think it would have been really cool to just get one more minifigure in a different set, especially a smaller set, but I cannot deny this is pretty good value. 193 pieces, including 4 of which that are really large, orange, rounded elements, is actually quite good for a set like this, and I really like the way they've done the shaping of the face. It isn't really the most interesting set to me, because obviously you can recreate this out of mostly existing pieces already, but I think it is a cool and cute addition to the Fortnite lineup, especially as a smaller entry point style set. Moving on from there, we have a larger set, and that is 77071, the Supply Llama, which has 691 pieces. The Supply Llama retails for $40 US or 40 euros, making it pretty good value overall. I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw the price, I thought that it was incorrect. This $40 set having nearly 700 pieces is remarkably good value, especially for something like Fortnite, where I'd imagine the license would be a lot more expensive, and I figured that LEGO might have actually charged a lot more for the Supply Llama because it's a pretty iconic piece of Fortnite lore. The set does include a ton of buildable artifacts from the game, and as someone who played the game and played way too many hours of the game when it first came out, it is very, very cool and still a little surreal for me to see stuff like the supply backpack and the actual piece of ore that you can use to mine and the health charm, because these are all items that I'm so used to seeing in game, and they're replicated literally perfectly one-to-one that it's almost very surreal and strange seeing them physically in a set, but I think that's super cool, and it totally makes sense that a Supply Llama would have, well, supplies. It's super cool because this is not just a buildable display item, but it also is somewhat playable, having storage space on the inside. I'm trying to look at the photos right now, and it's not clear to me if the head turns. I don't think it does, but even still, as a standard build, it is pretty nice, and I love all the accessories featured in the set, which are just really cool to get as actual buildable items. It is a shame though that we do get all of these minifigure adjacent accessories, but no minifigures. Not a single one. I think it would have been really cool to get even one of like the llama inspired minifigures that we have as one of the skins, like the robot llama or something like that. But alas, this one is pretty much just minifigure-less, which again is not that big of a deal because it isn't really that expensive. Moving on from that, we have what is probably one of the most creative and inventive sets of the line, and it arguably is the one that I'm kind of the most excited to put together myself, and that is the LEGO Fortnite Peely Bone set number 77072. It retails for $100 US or 100 euros and comes with a ton of pieces. In fact, it comes with 1,414 pieces, and all of this is used to create a gigantic sculpture of Peely Bone, complete with gun and pickaxe shaped like a banana, as well as a full-on skeleton on the other side. This is super interesting to me because there was a LEGO Ideas project that was considered many times where they were trying to figure out if they could do a half skeleton, half minifigure, and due to stability issues, they decided to just not release that set, but now I feel like they totally could. They have the technology now to release something like it, and this is living proof. It's a really cool display model, and I definitely feel like it is one of the coolest brick-built LEGO figures they've ever done. Even if you're not the biggest fan of Fortnite or LEGO Fortnite in general, you cannot deny that this is a pretty stunning build. The skeleton is incredibly ornate. I love how they have the ribcage wrapping around. You have a really great build for the banana, utilizing a new recolored giant fern element in yellow for the peel, and you have the full-on staff. You even have some boomerang pieces being used as the internal bones for the spine. It's just really well done. I'm genuinely shocked at how good of a sculpture this is. And that is it. That is the final LEGO Fortnite set. So out of all of these sets, I gotta say, almost every single one of them is really, really good. I'm kind of surprised at just how much I like these sets, given that one, I never played the original Fortnite game, and yes, I do love the LEGO Fortnite game. I think it's a ton of fun. It's basically LEGO's equivalent of Minecraft, which as a kid, I know I would have spent so many hours on this, but as it is, I think that it is a really solid theme. It is shockingly well priced, it is having a range of different and diverse builds, and really my only complaint is that I wish that more minifigures were factored into the other sets. Yes, they're all at different scales, and we do know from LEGO market research, actually from the Star Wars Planets line of all things, that kids provided negative customer feedback, being confused when you get a micro-scale thing and a macro-scale thing and a minifigure in the same set. They're very confused as to how to play with that and how to make them interact with each other, which I think is absolutely something that went into the decision making of not including minifigures in these additional non-minifig explicitly scaled sets. But I still think at least for something like the llama, it would have been really cool to get figs, but otherwise, that's basically my only complaint. The sets are almost too well priced that I feel like I've been sent the wrong press release. I'm gonna wake up after this video comes out and be like, oh no, the battle bus is like 150 and the llama is like 80 or something like that. But no, it's actually really solid, and I'm very happy with how these are priced. The sets look amazing, and if I don't get them early from the Ambassador Network, which I'm really hoping they do, please LEGO, if you're watching this, I would kill to have these sets early to review. I will probably still be doing a review anyway when they come out on October 1st, and probably by saying that I probably just killed my chances at getting them early because I said I'll do it anyway. But you know what? These sets are so good, I will absolutely be covering them. I hope we get more. I hope this is just the beginning. And what do you think about LEGO Fortnite? That's all for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.